Do you remember the buzz of the TV warming up? The clack of buttons on a tape recorder? Or that magical moment when a Polaroid photo slid out of the camera like a tiny secret? Back in the day, electronics weren't just tools, they were experiences. They sparked wonder, curiosity, and a sense of futuristic pride in every American home. Today, we're flipping back through time to look at 10 retro electronics that blew our minds back then. 1. The wood-paneled console TV. Before flat screens and remotes, there was the family's crown jewel, the wood-paneled console television. It was as much furniture as it was entertainment, often the biggest item in the living room. Watching it meant planning your night around The Ed Sullivan Show, or Bonanza. The screen would take a moment to warm up, glowing slowly to life. Kids would sit cross-legged on shag carpet floors, captivated. When color TVs came in, it felt like stepping into a new world. 2. The Polaroid instant camera. Say cheese, and shake it. The Polaroid camera was pure magic. You'd snap a photo, and out would come a warm, blank square that slowly faded into a memory. No film labs, no waiting, just instant nostalgia in your hands. Families used it at holidays, birthdays, and camping trips. Today, we take selfies, but nothing felt quite like watching a picture develop before your eyes. 3. The 8-track tape player. Big, chunky, and built like a tank, the 8-track player was your ticket to music on the move. Whether it was a home stereo or a car dashboard, these tapes made rock and roll portable. No rewinding, just endless loops of your favorite tunes. The clunky, ka-chunk sound as it switched tracks is burned into a generation's memory. It faded out by the 80s, but for a while, 8 tracks were groovy gold. 4. The slide projector. Before digital albums, there was the living room slideshow. Dad would dim the lights, load up the slide carousel, and click through vacation photos one by one. There was something cinematic about it, each image projected big and bright on the wall. The hum of the fan, the gentle heat of the bulb, it felt like movie night, but personal. Sure, the photos were often crooked or out of focus, but that was half the charm. 5. The rotary dial telephone. You could hear it before you saw it, the mechanical spin of the rotary dial. These heavy-duty phones sat on kitchen walls or hallway tables, usually in a mustard yellow or avocado green. Calling someone meant knowing their number by heart, and dialing took patience. There was no caller ID, no voicemail, just the excitement of who might be on the other end. We've gone digital now, but the tactile joy of that spinning dial? Unforgettable. 6. The clamshell cassette recorder. Click, record, rewind, repeat. Whether you were taping your favorite radio show or leaving a message, these cassette recorders were everywhere. They felt like magic, your voice, frozen in time on a tiny reel of tape. Kids used them for make-believe radio stations. Parents recorded holiday messages. And the sound of the eject button snap still lives in many ears today. 7. The transistor radio. Portable. Personal. Powerful. The transistor radio was a revolution in sound. You could hold it in your hand, tune into baseball games or rock stations, and take it wherever you went, from the beach to the back porch. It was freedom, wrapped in leather or plastic, with a tiny antenna that always needed adjusting. For teens in the 50s and 60s, it was the soundtrack of independence. 9. The electric typewriter. Clickety-clack, ding. For many, the electric typewriter was their first taste of technology. Faster than a manual, and with smoother keystrokes, it felt like the future in office form. Writers loved it. Students depended on it. And that buzzing hum when you switched it on. A sound of productivity long gone. Word processors replaced them, but the elegance of typed letters is hard to forget. 10. The tube radio console. These beauties were often the centerpiece of the home before television. With warm wood cabinets and glowing dials, they brought families together around news broadcasts, jazz music, and radio dramas. You didn't just listen, you imagined. The sound was rich and warm, with vacuum tubes giving it life. When TV arrived, many were turned into furniture. But in their heyday, tube radios connected America like never before. From whirring projectors to humming radios, these electronics weren't just tools, they were companions. They shaped how we lived, connected, and remembered. If any of these gadgets sparked a memory for you, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this trip down memory lane. Likes or comments or subscribe my channel please.